Hello friends, here we are in the final video for lesson 2. We know the equation of the unit circle, that's lesson 1. We've derived the unit circle, that's lesson 2. Now let's use the unit circle to find exact values. A lot going on in this lesson. Very important lesson for the rest of trig. Okay, here's the unit circle. Looks a heck of a lot nicer than I could ever draw it. Again, you just Google unit circle, you're going to see 1,000 different, million different unit circles pop up. I just Googled it, there's what popped up. Okay, I want you to practice drawing this thing out. We're going to use it a lot for our tests. Why do I again care about the unit circle? The unit circle gives me exact values. That's important. So, for instance, what is the exact values of cosine 30 degrees? Well, cosine is my x value, root 3 over 2. Done. What is the exact value of sine 45 degrees? Sine is my y value. So I go to 45 degrees and I look at the y value. Root 2 over 2. What is the exact value of cosine 180 degrees? I go to my unit circle. There's 180. Cosine's my x value. It's -1. That's it. That's the whole point of all that hard work we did. The unit circle gives us these exact values. I haven't looked at my calculator once. Now, that's not to say don't pick up my calculator. What I'm actually going to do on a test is I'm going to check all these values. So I'm going to put cosine 30 degrees in my calculator, and it's going to tell me approximately 0.866. Well, guess what? I put root 3 over 2 in my calculator, and that's what it's going to tell me. Sine 45. I put that in my calculator, 0.707. I put root 2 over 2 in my calculator. Guess what? It tells me the exact same thing, which tells me I've done this correctly. That's it, guys. The unit circle gives us exact values. Okay, the only kind of flip side of this question is I could say, what are the coordinates of a point? So if I said, what are the exact coordinates of a point on a terminal arm with an angle of 225 degrees? Well, 225. I go to my unit circle. There's 225. What are my coordinates? Right there. If I have my unit circle drawn, these are easy questions. All right? So I want you to practice this unit circle. We're going to use it for the rest of trig, which is a very long unit. Couple more things in this short little video. I want you to remember the equation of the unit circle is this: x squared plus y squared equals 1. I want you to know that any point on the unit circle can be written as cos theta sine theta, because the x value is the cos, the y value is the sine. The only other small piece I want you to watch out for, which we talked in the last video, is that once we have drawn quadrant 1, that all the other quadrants are essentially the same except for the signs. And so there's a little mnemonic device that a lot of teachers show. It goes like this. I'm going to actually start right up here in quadrant 1. If I say what is positive? What trigonometric ratio is positive in quadrant 1? Well, sine is positive, it's my y value. Cosine is positive, it's my x value. And tangent, which is opposite over adjacent, is also going to be positive. So I'm going to say they're all positive here. In quadrant 2, what I notice is my cosine is negative and my sine is positive. So I'm going to say sine is positive in quadrant 2. In quadrant 3, well, cosine is negative and sine is negative, but tangent is opposite over adjacent. It's y over x. Well, this would be a negative over a negative. Tangent will be positive here. And in quadrant 4, I can see that cosine will be positive. So the mnemonic device that a lot of teachers show is they call this the cast law or the cast rule. It's not really a law or really a rule, but rather just an observation as what's happening. Cast. Cast tells me what ratio will be positive in which quadrant. So to add to this, I've got the equation of the unit circle, I've got the coordinates of any pair, and I've got cast, which tells me what quadrant I'm in, what trigonometric ratio will be positive or negative. That's it, friends. So practice the unit circle, find me some exact values. I cannot stress enough how important this is.